Morning guys, car's loaded, we're on the road, can only mean we're going fishing. And we are heading to Coking Farm, one of my favourite places. We're actually going to Oak Lake, which is the home of many big carp. If you saw my video earlier this year where I caught the big Lin, 46 pound, it gives you an idea of the stamp of fish that are in there. There's plenty of other fish to go for, over 30 pound. Big Lin is possibly pushing 50 pounds now. I know it went up in weight after I caught it, so you never know. There's every chance we get another PB. But at this time of year, it's mid-November, some would call it winter fishing. I'd be happy to get a fish. Talking of winter fishing, the weather lately has been very cold, very clear skies. It's been sunny and cold in the daytime, freezing cold, clear nights of a night. Now today we've got a bit of overcast and it's a little bit warmer than it has been, a little bit drizzly, a bit more damp, so a little bit of a change in the weather. Hopefully it gets the fish on the feed, but like I say, a lot of people would regard this as winter fishing. It's really late autumn coming into the winter, but like I say, it has been pretty cold overnight, a few frosts, and conditions aren't ideal, but you know me, I'm going to give it a go and hope for the best, and I'll catch up with you guys when we get there.
By the lake where the old trees bend, I cast my line and start to send dreams of golden scales a mile wide, whispers of the water by my side. Moonlight dances on the rippling wave, silent night where fishermen brave, eyes wide open to the stars so bright, wishing on a carp to bite tonight. Moonlight dances on the rippling wave, silent night where fishermen brave, eyes wide open to the stars so bright, wishing on a carp to bite tonight. Dreaming big and dreaming far, catching wishes on a shooting star. Somewhere in the deep and dark, there's a place where I'll find that carp. Morning mist and coffee steam, I wake up from a fisher's dream, wading through the dew so blue, heart set on that carp.
Watch you guys, as you can see I put the bivvy up because it was a bit drizzly when I got here. Since I put it up it stopped raining, but anyway, the rods are not out yet, they're sitting on the pod, they're not set up or anything. The first thing I want to do is try and find some spots. Now what I know from this lake, it's usually pretty devoid of particular spots. It's usually a flat level ground, but I want to see how deep it is up against the island. I've seen the swans upending over there, so I don't really want to be plagued by the swans if I can help it. I want to see how far and go to the island but still be in a safe sort of depth. So I'm going to use the boat with the deeper, send it out there and have a look around. Okay, so we're looking at about 3'6" there, 3'9". Like I say, I'm not expecting to see anything special on the bottom. It's actually shallower than I thought it was. I thought it was about 5 foot, but it's more like 4 foot. So not very deep at all. We'll go over to the left hand side of the swim. I'll go right over to the edge, to the corner, but I don't know if I'm going to bother doing right over there. 3'9". So it is quite deep. I'm getting close to the edge. Let's go and have a look underneath that bush there. £3'6". You know what? I'd be quite happy putting a bait there. That was not too shallow at all. I wouldn't want to go any closer than that to the island, to be fair. Let's go across. See what sort of depths we're getting across. Yeah, it's pretty consistent all the way across there. Just spooking those ducks out of the way. Oh, a little bit of I think that's a bump, or just where it's gone up the edge of the island. 2'6" there. Now that's where the swans had their heads down, so I definitely don't want to be there. And let's see how far I have to come out before that shelves off. They're still fairly close, but that looks a bit better there, you know, just off the island. Nice clean bottom. So, yeah, that could be a spot. Just going across the edge. Let's see if I get closer to the island. What happens there? The pike just crashed out to my left. That was definitely a pike. So yeah, I don't think I want to be right on the island, but close. It's not bad. And that is on the island. It's 3.5 foot there, which is pretty good. Almost out of swan's reach. Okay guys, so I've got a new gadget from Boatman. It's the bait spreader, and what you see, it attaches to the boat, and I've filled it with OG fish, fruit and nut, and some pellet. I've got some boilies in the bottom as well, and I'm just going to send that out and yeah, bait up. And that's going out there. It's not playing ball, but anyway, so there we are, right next to the marker. As you can see, I'm actually on the marker. Hit the button, and there we go. Nice spread of bait. Happy days. Let's get the boat back and I'll put some rigs out there. Watch guys, it's about 4 o'clock, and as you can see behind me, the sun is going down, and behind those trees is a beautiful sunset, and in front of me it looks something like that, which is absolutely gorgeous. So the moon's coming up, pretty big old moon, so it's going to be a cold night by the look of it. It's clear sky, but I'm not complaining. I'm going to enjoy this. The rods are out, and just sit back and wait. Okay, so it's getting dark. And get me dinner on the go. I've got spicy Korean chicken, so I'm going to stick that in the Ridge Monkey and give it a go. See what it's like. Hope it's not too spicy. Now, I've got to say, this wasabi dish that I showed you earlier, it's one of the best things I've eaten on the bank for a long time. There's plenty of it. I've already eaten quite a substantial amount, but there's plenty to go at, and it's really nice, really tasty. So I'm quite happy with that, and you can see how cold it is. But yeah, I'm enjoying this dinner, so I'm going to carry on eating it, and I'll catch up with you as and when anything happens.
Morning mist and coffee steam. I wake up from a fisher's dream, wading through the dew so blue. Heart set on that carp so true. Every tug and every splash, pulling me in like a flash. Patience running thin, but still.
Morning guys, it's about 7:45 now, and yeah, I've been up for a little while. Been watching the water from the confines of the bag, and yeah, nothing to see, nothing to report. Had a couple of bleeps on the middle rod just as it was getting dark. I think it was fish close in, just touching the lines, and right hand rod had a couple of bleeps in the night, but I'm pretty sure that was our furry friends running around in the swim. I kept seeing them, kept hearing them on the gravel like that, and yeah, I'm pretty sure one of them ran into the right hand indicator. And yeah, it's a bit of a chilly one last night. There's a bit of a frost. The water bucket's got a bit of a lid on it, and yeah, the bivvy, the mats and the rods all got a nice little coating of frosting. So that's it really, very, very quiet. I'm going to get back in the bag, continue watching the water from the bag, stay nice and warm, and I'll catch up with you as and when. See you soon. Watch you guys, it's just coming up to 12 o'clock, and I'm sitting behind the bivvy, catching some sun and warming my bones. It's actually really quite nice. It's nice and clear first thing this morning, then the mist came down, and then it's burned away. It's this lovely sunny day, and hardly any wind whatsoever. But yeah, nothing happening on the rods. I've had a nice bit of breakfast, sausage and egg rolls, which went down very, very well. And like I say, now I'm just warming up, enjoying the sun while I can, and yeah, just make the most of this nice day. Like I say, very, very quiet on the rods. I'll probably look at refreshing those within the next couple of hours, but I'll probably carry on doing the same as what I've been doing. 2 over the baited area that I've created, and 1 up against the island. Whether I keep the 1 up against the island in the same spot or not, I don't know. I might move it slightly, but that's the state of play, and yeah, just leave me to it. Okay guys, so it's about 3:15. Just putting the rods out for the night. I've already put the right hand rod out up against the island, nice and tight, with a scatter and a pellet using the bait spreader. And I'm just about to put the middle and left hand rods out. I'm going to use the bait spreader still. I'm going to mainly use pellet. I've got a mixture of the house pellet and the OG fish, and also I'm just going to put a sprinkling of the magic 10 millers in there. These are back on sale on the Parker Baits website, and this year they're not charging extra for these. These are the same price as the normal 1 kilo bags, so all the sizes are the same price. These are fruit and nut. These are shelf life 10 millers, and they are cracking little bait. I don't know if you'll see those in there, but I'm going to sprinkle some of those in. Might even crush a few up. So not many. Like I say, I've put a bit of bait out yesterday, so I'm going to concentrate mainly on pellet today, just to get some food signals in the swim and not overfeed them. Like I say, should be plenty of bait in there from yesterday. I put over a kilo, probably getting on for 1.5 kilos of 14mm fruit and nut and fish. So like I say, that's mainly the pellet in there. I'll just put a couple more of these in, they're too good to resist. A few more of those just in case the fish come in, and that's it. We are ready to put the bait out. Rigs, it's my usual inch stiff rig with a hardened hooker, OG fish, topped with one of the yellow corns, fake corn, but these aren't plastic, these are like a boiling material. So yeah, that's going out there, and because I'm using the spreader and the weight is in the middle hopper, I've got to use the back hopper on the boat for deploying the bait, which is not something I'd normally do, but it seems to be working fine. So anyway, let me get these out and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Hi guys, just coming up to about 4 o'clock and I'm going to have an early dinner. I'm going to have, there we go, it's a chicken and chorizo pasta from Tesco's. Must admit, when you pull the sleeve back, it doesn't actually look that appetising, but hopefully once it's warmed up, it'll do the business. I'm going to have that early because I reckon I'm going to be in the bag by about 7 o'clock. So yeah, nice early dinner. Get some warmth inside me, cup of tea, and yeah, just chill again. Well, chill, almost literally. It's going to be a cold one. The sky is so clear, it's going to be a very cold night, I reckon. But yeah, we'll see what happens, and I'll see you in a bit. So there it is, chicken and chorizo from Tesco's, sizzling away in the Ridge Monkey. I've had a taste already, and it ain't bad. Now, they say it's the taste of Italy on the pack. I'm not entirely sure Italians would appreciate that, but for food on the bank, it's pretty tasty. I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to tuck in and catch up with you in a bit. Okay guys, it's just starting to get dark, and I've just had a little twitch on the right hand rod. So, not sure what that was. Well, I've had my dinner. I'm just sitting here watching the water, and nothing to see apart from turn that round. I may just be able to see it through the trees over there. Yeah, it looks really good. The camera doesn't really do it any justice. Yeah, so it's going to be another cold one tonight. But, let's hope one of these does go. Morning guys, it's about 10:30 and not a lot to report except middle rod, beep beep beep, I looked out and the line from the rod tip was going to me right, and I thought, I know what's happened here. I'm on a bloody pike. So yeah, meant I've had to play this pike on my line. Obviously the line's going through the fish's mouth around its gill raker, and I've played the fish in, got it in the net, untangled it, put it back. Now what that meant was we'd pulled the line over to the left hand side while I was playing him. He caught up my other left hand rod, and yeah, so it meant 2 rods out of action. I've actually got a bit of a tangle, pulled it in, untangled it. Then I needed to inspect the line on the one I had the pike on. I laid it all down on the bank, put a loop around a post, pulled my line out. Yes, I reeled it in inch by inch, checking the line. Where I started to see the abrasions, I've had to cap the line, wrap that line up, put it in the bin, and yeah, means I've not got as much line on my reel as I did have. Bit of a pain, and it took me a while to sort out, but anyway, both rods are back out. Slight change up, I've put OG fruit and nut further to the left than I've been fishing and tight to the island. Middle rod I switched over to an OG fruit and nut, both with the yellow toppers, and that is bang in the middle of the baited area that I was, I've been putting out with the bait spreader. So I'll try that for the day, see if I get any sort of action, and fingers crossed something happens. But as you may be able to tell, it's scratching time now. I'm trying different things, put a different hook bait on, just see if that brings any changes. I've also put back leads on the two that I put out just to try and avoid the pike, but even so I've already had an indication of one not too long ago, so I don't think even the back leads are working. So the pike are getting to me, I'm getting a bit itchy, I want to get some indication of some carp, but no, it's very quiet. I think a fish came out last night. I saw on Facebook someone said they had one, a 25 pounder, and I think it's from the swim over to my right. I think it's swim 21, I think it is. I'm not sure, one on the end. So I'm pretty sure that's the guys. They've packed up and gone. I'm sure it was them that had the fish, but I wasn't aware of anything. I didn't hear any buzzers or see any torches or anything. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to have some breakfast. Hope one of these trundles off, and yeah, keep you updated as and when. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, so it's 2 o'clock. I've got the rods in. I'm going to freshen them up. I've tied some fresh rigs. I've gone all out, all the same. But they are. I've got 3 rigs, all based on this concept. I've got about an 8-inch soft coated braid down to curved hook, eyeliner style, bit of silicone trapping the hair, and I've just got various lengths of hair from quite short to quite long. And gonna go for a shot on the hook, see what happens. And on the lead end I've got a 3-ounce lead onto a running lead system, onto a lead-free leader. So I've got lead-free leader on 2 rods and tubing on the 3rd. But yeah, so all exactly the same, going all out with the fish, with the little yellow toppers, and we'll see what gives. Okay guys, let me just show you this in a bit more detail. The bait spreader from Boatman comes in 3 pieces. You get the main piece, which is this bridge shape with the bucket on the top, and 2 of these clamps, which literally do clamp on. They give you the tool and it clamps onto the side of the boat. This will fit the Actor Plus and the new Vulcan. So you literally clamp it down on the side, and there's slots in the top where the T-bar sits across and goes into the slots and clips in. Just for security, I've just added a little bit of, I've tied a bit of coated braid through the handle and round through these little loops on the side, just in case they were to fall off. But I've been using it all weekend and it's been fine. How does it work? Well, it's spring loaded and it's very simple. There's a little catch, and I'll just get this on my phone. There's a little catch just under the bucket down here, and just move that to the left, he says, and then it clicks like that. That means it's ready to wind up, and you can wind this up until it stops, or as much as or as little as you like. And I've been experimenting with this, and I've done it sort of 10 half turns to 6 half turns, and obviously the 10 half turns will throw the bait a bit further, and the 6 is not so far, and so you can sort of get an idea of how it's going to work. Now, to operate it, you've got this weight that pulls the mechanism, so the weight is inside the hopper already. There it is. You put that in the hopper, which is all shut. That's attached by a wire sort of link. Then what happens is when you press the button to release the hopper, it's a bit like a hangman's sort of gallows thing. The trap door opens, the weight falls down, pulls the trap, triggers the release, and the spring spins round and the bait flies out. Very, very simple. They also provide you with this handle. So it's a longer handle that goes to the existing handle so you can pick it up out of the water, because obviously the handle that comes with the Actor would be too short to fit over the top. So there it is, the spreader from Boatman. It's not cheap, 125 quid I spent on that. Now that's a lot of money for a bit of plastic, but it does open other avenues. I mean, it's a bit like pulling the bait out and getting a nice spread, and at certain distances you just can't do that. Obviously you can throw and stick it. I've got a really bad shoulder, I ain't going to use a throwing stick. So yeah, for me, not being able to use a throwing stick and to spread a bait around your hook baits like it does, I think it's brilliant bit of kit. And yeah, it's definitely going to be a part of my armoury from now on. So that's it, the Boatman spreader, available on their website. 125 quid though, but for me it's worth it just to save my shoulder. Anyway, I'm going to get back in the bivvy because it's just starting to rain. Good evening guys, just about 6 o'clock and it's pitch black. Nothing really to report. I've got a Roland running around in front of me in the swim, scratching at the gravel. I've had a couple of strange occurrences, one on the left hand rod with a bobbin shot to the top, stayed there for a little while. I was watching the rod tip and nothing happened, and then I've just eased the bobbin back down, and a little while later same thing on the middle rod. Yeah, it's quite frustrating, but all I can put it down to is the pike in the margins again, or some sort of liners. When I've reset the bobbins, there's no more activity, and it's not pulling the line out of the clip, so I don't think it's carp. But yeah, it's rod action, but not what we want. But anyway, that's the evening catch up. It's a bit warmer than it has been, believe it or not. But yeah, I say warm, it's not warm, you can tell by my breath. But yeah, we've had a little bit of drizzle going on, which I think is still going on, and some cloud cover. And there's a little bit more of a ripple on the water, so gentle breeze happening. So slightly different conditions. Let's just hope the difference makes a difference. I want one of these rods to actually tail off and have a carp on the end. But we're running out of time now. Pressure, last night. Here we go. Let's hope and pray that we get something. And I'll let you know if we do. See you later. Okay guys, just getting on for 7:30. And as you can guess, another quiet night. Apart from the little indications I had yesterday evening, which I think I mentioned in the night, where the left hand rod and the right hand rod at different times both shot to the top and stopped. Pretty sure it's liners. And then this morning, just as it started to get light, I had a couple of bleeps on the right hand rod. But that was it. A very quiet, very quiet night. Much more mild than it has been. Yeah, it's actually, compared to the previous nights, it's actually quite warm. So can't really use that as an excuse. So yeah, just fish aren't playing ball. So what can we do? I don't have to pack up until lunchtime. I'm going to see how it goes. And it might be a case of, as soon as all the kit's dry, if it gets dry, I might just pack up and go. Because I'm not feeling it, if I'm honest. I don't think it's going to happen. Obviously, all the time they're in the water, there's a chance. But you know what it's like when you just don't think it's happening. Sometimes it's better just calling it a day. But I may be pleasantly surprised. Who knows? It's happened before. But anyway, in the meantime, cup of tea, watch the sun come up, and yeah, just relax and pray and start slowly packing down the unnecessary gear, I suppose, like the waist sling, the scows, the unhooking mat, the landing nets, you know. Obviously I'm joking. I mean, just start packing away some little tackle bits, Baitboat, etc. But yeah, gonna enjoy this and catch up for you in a bit. Okay guys, just coming up to midday. Just the rods out remaining, everything else is packed away. And that's it, I'm going to call it a day. I've enjoyed the weekend though, even though it's been quiet. Apart from the pike and the cormorants, they've been driving me insane, keep swimming through my lines. But that's how it goes sometimes. But yay, it's good to be out on the bank, nice long session. But like I say, it's got to come to an end sooner or later, so I'm going to call it now. Head home, have a nice hot bath and something to eat. Anyway, until next time, be lucky.